What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. For all of my old heads that have been here since day one, it's good to see y'all again. And for all of my new people, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot. Our friends over at Hansshow sent us a really cool package. It is some tail lights that is gonna up the style of your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y. Let's get into that unboxing and let's fully install those bad boys. Alright y'all, let's get down to business. First off, in the box we are going to have your lights. It's going to be 2 for the trunk and 2 for the body. Pretty simple setup, nothing special here. You got your connector cable there. It's going to be on both tail lights for the body and the rear. Then we're going to have your power cables. They are labeled left and right. Make sure you pay attention to those. Once you get to plugging it into the trunk, that's going to be crucial. These connectors right here are going to be for the main tail lights that go onto the body. And this is going to be for your reverse light as well. Now the first thing you're going to want to do to get started is remove a couple trim pieces. They literally just pop right out, so there's nothing that you guys have to worry about. It's going to be this one right here, and then you're going to have 2 small clips that you're going to have to pop out inside of the trunk for this trim piece. Next up, you're going to want to peel back this liner in the trunk and unplug your taillights. Once that is finished, you're going to want to plug in your new taillight housing and make sure they are working properly before you continue further, because no one likes to get started and then realize that they're not working. So we're good to go. Step number 4, you're going to want to remove this trunk lid cover right here. It easily pops out and there's a wire inside that you have to plug in order to access those taillights attached to that. Step number 5, you're going to want to unplug those taillights so that you can attach your new taillights and make sure they work as well. This set is great because it comes with a 4-pin and a 3-pin connector, so you won't have to worry about that. As you can see, these lights are working, so let's get on to the next step. Step number 7, we're going to want to remove the original taillight housings. I think that's a 8mm or 7mm socket that I'm using, and you're going to have 2 screws inside and this little plastic screw on the rear, and these lights should just pop out. I saw that it was dirty, so my OCD kicked in and I had to clean this just for peace of mind. Now for the taillights on the trunk lid cover, it's the same socket and it's just one that you have to unscrew. Now on to step number 8, guys. We're more than halfway through. You're going to want to plug in your new tail lights. Make sure you pull the wires outside of the housing to give yourself some slack, and then just click it in. Once once you hear a nice little pop, you should be good to go to reinstall those screws to make sure that it's properly connected. Also, be sure not to over tighten these screws. Now for step number 9, you're going to want to attach your reverse light cables. This is so that the light turns white when you're in reverse, and it's going to be super easy. Make sure the left is on the left side and the right is on the right side. Step number 10. This step was aggravating and tedious, and I had to take my time because I had to thread those wires through this little plastic piece here in the trunk. Make sure you guys have like some WD-40 or something to make those wires easily slide through. And just take your time and use a little elbow grease and you should be good. When the wires come all the way through, you're going to want to thread them. There's a little hole on the inside of the trunk there to thread those wires through to make it easier and make them hidden for you. Step number 11, you're going to want to zip tie the extra wire on the trunk lid to make sure it's nice and neat. Step number 12, we run the wires that have come through across the back and tuck it under the trim piece that needs 2 little clips to install, just to make sure they're hidden for a nice clean installation. Step number 13, put back the trim pieces. Remember, this boot lid cover here has a plug that has to be clipped in, and then it pops right in place. Super easy. And as you see, I'm tucking in the wire here to make it disappear so no one can see it, and reinstalling all of the trim pieces for a nice clean install. Then take off your plastic and enjoy your new tail lights. What a successful install. I do have to say, these look incredible. My girlfriend loves them so much. This was for her car. Mine has the eagle eye tail lights, and I do also love how these tail lights are already tinted, so they have that nice dark smoky look. Very aggressive in my opinion, with a nice cool light up feature. So if you guys want to check these out, there's a link in the description below, and I also have a discount code for you guys as well. And like always, I thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and I hope you all are blessed and take care, and I'll see you on the next install.